Good evening. We begin with breaking news. Midland police have confirmed with Big 2 News that a truck hit a train earlier this evening on Garfield. Police say the truck flipped on its side and the driver ran from the scene. They say no one else was hurt in the incident, but the traffic in the area has been backed up for more than an hour. Well, we have an update from the Odessa Animal Control. Yesterday, we told you about a distemper outbreak that was about to force the shelter to euthanize hundreds of dogs. Fortunately, their lives were saved. Big 2's Haley Brooks joins us live in the studio. And Haley, a lot of people in the community have been concerned about this story. So how much progress has actually been made?
Eddie, the good news, they have made a lot of progress, which of course means those dogs are still alive. The American Pets Alive Crisis Response Team came to West Texas to assess the situation. The nonprofit also provided hands-on assistance. You'll recall earlier this week it was decided that all the dogs would be euthanized, but thanks to APA, no dogs were euthanized. Officials tell me that was the goal. 5 years ago, a similar situation took place, and it did not have a happy ending. That time, no dogs were saved.
The difference between then and now is that we vaccinate on intake for every animal, and we also parvo test on intake. And every animal that leaves that shelter will go out spayed and neutered, vaccinated and chipped. That's a far cry from where we were 5 years ago, and we're really proud of that. And the problem is not at the facility. The problem is in the community with not vaccinating your animals.
APA posted this on Facebook recently, saying in part, currently 15 dogs show minor to moderate URI symptoms and must go to rescues willing to attend to their medical needs. Now, if you're not familiar with distemper, it typically starts with those URI symptoms. That includes coughing and sneezing. Since the outbreak, all blankets, sheets, and towels had to be thrown out, so OAC is looking for your help. It's hoping people donate those items. Live in the studio, Haley Brooks, Big 2 News.
A new report shows safety on Interstate 20 was ranked the most dangerous issue in the Permian Basin. Big 2's Gian Kim spoke to MOTRAN transportation officials today. So, Gian, what are some of the improvements that hopefully we can expect to see in the coming years?
While there's no doubt accessibility and safety on I-20 is an issue, sources say it's not that simple. Identifying the problem is only the first step. Then comes the problem of funding and choosing where to spend the money wisely. Many commuters are frustrated as they're forced to take multiple detours on their way to their destination. Interstate 20 has been the root of countless accidents for many years, and while the issue seems like a no-brainer, Vice President of MOTRAN says the solution is not that simple.
The big problem is getting the money first. It's going to be over $1 billion easily, and getting that money initially is going to be a tough sell, but we also have to get the engineering as well, and so it's kind of an all-encompassing project.
He says a project with such high financial stakes require all hands on deck.
The money is being funneled to those projects, but the amount needed is so great that it's hard to get all of it at one time, and that's why we're seeking different avenues. That's why we do leveraging projects. That's why we seek out federal grants. We're trying to find every niche of little bit of money and where we can piece that puzzle together.
With recent federal funding for projects, MOTRAN says they're eager to get to work. The next steps, reconstructing frontage roads and adding lanes.
There's no telling on the timeline. Oftentimes it's 30 years, 50 years, stuff like that. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at faster, but it is an interstate, and it is a lot of things that go into those. And those businesses on either side of the highway, while they may want 6 lanes, it's a not in my backyard type thing.
So when will drivers see improvements? They say not anytime soon. The state's first project to reconstruct frontage roads will take at least 5 years. When asked for future outlooks, MOTRAN stated there is currently no detailed plan going forward. Reporting live from the studio, I'm Gian Kim, Big 2 News.